So we've cruised 8 times this year after COVID.
Yeah, so we want to let you know the things that we've learned so you don't make any mistakes and so that you are fully prepared for your cruise post-COVID. Well, ahoy there, cruisers! We're Cruise with Ben and David, and welcome to this episode. Please hit that subscribe button and like the video to show us some support.
Yeah, we're coming to you on a cruise as we speak, and we've got lots and lots of information to tell you that you need to know about cruising after COVID. And guys, we're going to be frank about it and give you our real life experience.
Number one is a big one. It's all about insurance. You really do need to have it. And it needs to include some very important things. Number one, it needs to include cruise cover. Number two, it needs to include COVID-19 cover. And then number three, it has to include medical cover as well, which covers COVID-19 as well. It's very important that you get this. Some cruise lines are actually asking for proof of documentation when you arrive at the port as well. Some are not, some are, but it's very important that you have it so that you and your family are protected in case of an emergency or COVID should it happen.
Some questions we keep getting are if you buy insurance with the cruise line, is that okay? Yes. If when you book your cruise, you also buy the cruise line's insurance, don't worry, you will be fully covered. But you can buy third-party insurance if you want to. Just make sure that it covers everything that we've just explained. And if you're unsure, just give the insurance company a call just to double check.
We have insurance through our bank here in the UK. We can't really offer any suggestions with which insurance company to go with, just because of legal reasons and because it's different all around the world. Just check with the cruise company itself and your insurer and you'll be sorted. There's plenty out there which provide full COVID-19 cruise cover.
Absolutely, and even COVID aside, we always recommend having travel insurance whenever you cruise, just in case anything happens, you are fully covered.
So that brings us to number two, and it's having all of the correct documentation with you and ready at the cruise port. Because you're going to be asked for several things depending on the cruise line. Things like your COVID-19 vaccination certificates, the insurance documents we've just been talking about, health declarations if your cruise line are going to require them. Just make sure you've got them all printed out or ready on your phone, and make sure your phone's fully charged if you are going to be showing them on your phone, because there's nothing worse than getting there and maybe not even being able to connect to Wi-Fi and show the documentation. Lots of cruise lines are also requiring testing before the cruise as well, so you might have to bring your test results. And lots of cruise lines like Royal Caribbean, for example, you have to register with a test provider beforehand to show a QR code when you arrive in port. So make sure you have all of the required things ready at the port. You'll be informed by your cruise line because every single one's very different.
Absolutely. I have a saying with these things: if in doubt, print it out. We know that lots of cruise lines and lots of cruise companies are saying, oh, you can just bring it on your phone or use the app. But honestly, we've been in cruise ports now, and sometimes you can't get a Wi-Fi signal, you can't get a 3G signal, or for some reason you just can't get access to your phone and you're worrying about the battery dying. Honestly, to make life so much easier, just print everything out that you need so you have a hard copy to show the cruise line.
And number three is don't let the procedures on board put you off. We've done 8 cruises now. We are on number 9 and they really have not stopped us from enjoying the cruise. Even throughout since the last 4 or 5 months, things are starting to loosen up. The rules are different on all different types of cruise lines. As general, there's social distancing on cruise lines, so less people in elevators and lifts and distanced tables, as well as the use of masks indoors. But honestly, don't let it put you off. You are only wearing your mask for a few moments when you're going from place to place. The other times you should be sat in a bar enjoying a lovely drink, or at a show or something else enjoying your dinner or food, or you're outside and you don't need to wear a mask there.
Before cruising, honestly, we thought that it'd be completely different. And a lot of people have said that they thought it'd be like a prison or a hospital. But actually, what is really surprising is how similar it is to before the pandemic. You know, you've still got the shows, you've still got the entertainment, you've still got activities like quizzes and games and things like that. There's just sometimes a couple of extra procedures, but honestly, it has not impacted our experience at all.
Yeah, on most cruise lines, we've seen things like temperature checks gone, social distancing in theatres are gone on most cruise lines now. things are getting back to normal, and it'll be no time until those masks are gone and things are completely back to normal. The best thing ever is that the crew are so happy to be back, so expect amazing service, and for everybody on board to be so thankful to be back cruising again. There's a real nice atmosphere on all of the cruises that we've done.
Yeah, there really is. Everyone's just so happy to be back cruising, back to normality, and just to get back out into the world. As we said though, the rules change from cruise line to cruise line and country to country, so it may be different on the cruise you are sailing on.
This video is sponsored by NordVPN. NordVPN offers the fastest, most stable VPN connection. We love it as it allows us to surf the internet like we're at home in the UK, no matter where we are in the world. Just a few weeks ago, we were in Greece and we were able to log into the UK versions of Netflix and other streaming services to watch the content we can watch whilst at home. It just takes a click. Open the map, click on a location, and you'll be connected in seconds. You can choose from over 5,200 servers in 60 different countries with the fastest speeds. It's confirmed by the speed tests. NordVPN is the fastest VPN out there. Use it on the go or at home. It works on every major platform: Windows, Android, iOS, macOS, and Linux. Even your Android TV supports NordVPN. And because we're working with NordVPN, go to nordvpn.com/cruisewith to get a 2-year plan plus 4 additional months with a huge discount. That's nordvpn.com/cruisewith. You can find the link in the description section below. So number 4 are some packing things. So some things that you should be bringing on your cruise. Make sure that you bring plenty of masks. Now we recommend disposable masks because they're so much more comfortable, they're lighter, they're more breathable, and you can just chuck them away instead of having to wash them, because there's not really anywhere to wash them on a cruise ship really. They're just easy just to throw away. Make sure you bring a pack of 50 or so for your vacation. Really super simple. As well as things like hand sanitizer as well. Bring some of that as well, just so you can keep nice and clean. You'll notice lots more sanitizer around cruise ships, as well as things like the washing of hands being made to be done before the buffet and things like that.
And this is something we always said to bring before the pandemic as well. That is Chlorosol or Lysol wipes, like
or
Dettol wipes.
In the UK.
Yeah, so
antibacterial?
Antibacterial. Yeah, so antibacterial cleaning wipes. Now the cabins are thoroughly been cleaned, but for your own peace of mind, you may just want to bring these with you. We've actually found them really useful when we're travelling to the port on the train. We can just give our little seat area a little wipe down.
Yeah, let us just tell you how safe we feel on cruise ships. We really do. Most cruise ships and cruise lines now are requiring vaccinations, so everybody is vaccinated, plus everybody is tested. There is no other form of transport in the world or vacation holiday type that are doing anything like that. You can step on a flight without any of these procedures with unvaccinated people and sit right next to them. Where on a cruise, it's as safe as it's going to be. But COVID, like David said, is everywhere. It's bound to get on cruise ships, but cruise lines are dealing with it so much better now. So number 5 is something that we really recommend you do before cruising, especially in the UK and the US. If you can, test before you arrive at the port. Seriously, get one of the free lateral flow tests here in the UK, or buy one in the US or other countries. Just test yourself in the days up and coming to your cruise so that you don't arrive at the port with COVID and avoid all of the disappointment.
Especially imagine if you've got a long journey to the cruise port. Please just do a test on the morning of you leaving your home, just to make sure that you are all healthy and safe to go, and that you're not exposing yourself to others unnecessarily. Also guys, please minimise contact with other people at the lead up to your cruise, particularly if you do have to test before getting on the ship. You don't want any disappointment when you get to the port and you test positive.
Yeah, we don't want to tell you what to do and how to suck eggs and whatever, but just be sensible. Please be sensible. Yeah, do your best to make sure you don't get COVID, but yeah, do those tests. But that leads us into the insurance as well and how important it is. If you do happen to get COVID on the day of your cruise and test positive at the port, the cruise line will allow you to change that cruise to another date. Some are also offering refunds as well. So don't worry, you're not going to lose the cruise, but you're going to need insurance for things like flights if you are taking them to get your money back there. But if you do test positive on the day, you will be denied boarding. They'll probably do another test on you first just to make sure it wasn't a false positive or a false negative or whatever it was. But if you do test positive, you will not be allowed to sail for at least 14 to 28 days with cruise lines around the world. Just bear that in mind. You're not going to lose your money. They will allow you and help you book another cruise at a future date as well. So that's really good assurance from the cruise lines, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. So don't worry. You're not going to be in masses of loss of lots and lots of money. The cruise lines will take care of you.
Number 6 is now is a great time to book a cruise. There are some stinking bargains about. Seriously, we've seen cruises. At first, they were very expensive when they first came out.
Yeah.
But prices are dropping and dropping and dropping. And we've seen some rock bottom prices for some really good rooms and really good cruises because there's so much more competition now because thankfully, so many more cruise lines are coming back.
At first, we did see a high demand for cruises as there was that initial rush for people to get back on a cruise ship. All the cruise fans really wanted to get back on these ships, so prices were high. But now that more ships have came online, there'll be the initial peak, and then after a while, the prices will drop as the cruise ships need to fill the cabins and get more people confident about cruising again. So if you do want to cruise, have a look at some deals now because, like Ben said, we've seen some crazy good deals.
But David made a really good point. Avoid those first inaugural cruises for 2 reasons really, because the crew haven't been working for 18 months, so things might not be as good and as tight as usual. So things might be a little bit slower and service might be a little bit slower, and the prices tend to be higher as well because people are desperate to get back on those ships. So let that ship sail for a few weeks or months, then book a cruise in it because the crew will know what they're doing. They'll be back on their feet. Many of them haven't worked for nearly 2 years. These ships have been empty, and it'll take a little while for the crew to get back into the swing of things. They are so amazing. All of the cruises we've been on have been fantastic, but we have noticed on the inaugural cruises things are not quite as tight as usual. So if you want the best experience possible, wait a little bit for that cruise ship to sail a few times before you book on it. So number 7 is things are taking a little bit longer than usual. So things like check-in are going to be a bit of a longer process because of all of these COVID tests and all of the changes. On average, we've been seeing it from an hour till about 3 hours. Worst case scenario, we've seen people waiting 4 hours to get on ships in some cases, especially on the inaugural sailings. So make sure you bring some water with you, some snacks and things like that so you're prepared. If you've got kids, make sure you've got things ready for them as well. Colouring in books, maybe a little iPad or something for movies to watch, because it can get a bit of a long waiting time, sometimes waiting for test results to come back and things, can't it?
Yeah, and a top tip, the top thing you should be packing with you is patience. Please pack your patience because, as Ben said, things are going to be taking a little bit longer to get on board the ship, but also while on board the ship, there may be lines for the theatre because of social distancing. Some of the clubs may be limited capacity, so you may have to wait to get in and out. And generally around the ship, just pack your patience and please be patient with everybody else. And in particular, please be really patient with the crew.
And that brings us to number 8. You are in for a treat on the whole because lots of the ships are still sailing at reduced capacity, 50%, 60%, 70%. So these ships feel so much better. It's a real treat. So now is the time to cruise because you're cruising with less passengers, which means much more choice everywhere, much more seating choices. It's easier to get into venues and get into your specialty dining. And the ships feel lovely and quiet, don't they? So you get a more personalised service from the crew.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, definitely make the most of this limited capacity. Another bonus as well is we've seen people, and we've done it ourselves, we've bidded for upgrades on the cabins, and a lot of people are saying they are getting them for bargain prices. So we know Royal Caribbean do this with their Royal Up. Is it called Royal Up?
Royal Up programme?
Yeah, their Royal Up programme of people are getting suites or better cabins for as little as $100 to $400 per person. So
crazy prices.
Yeah, it's a good time if you do want to try your luck at getting a better cabin. It's a great time to do it because there is a high chance you'll get it for a low price if you do the Royal Up programme or any of the other cruise line bid up programmes. I don't know what they're all called, but I think a few of them have them.
Number 9 is that there's going to be less ports. Lots of cruises now, especially in the UK, are not stopping at many ports, and same around the world as well. Just in the US and the Caribbean, limited port stops. Many of them just staying at private islands and things like that. So do take that into consideration. Now is a great time, if you've never cruised before or you haven't cruised much, to try a new cruise line with these bargain prices to see if it's for you and if you enjoy it.
And talking about the ports as well, a lot of the cruise lines that are stopping at ports are making you book excursions through the cruise line to exit the ship. So keep that in mind because it may become costly.
Hopefully soon, many cruise lines are going to start opening up. It's fine on things like the private islands. You're allowed to get off there, no problem at all. But say you're going to cruise to Rome, you need to book a shore excursion on the ship with many of the cruise lines at the moment. You cannot just get off and wander off yourself, can you?
No, you can't. So if you're going to be doing that, either treat that as a sea day or maybe book a shorter cruise. Maybe look at a 3 or 4 night cruise, so you're not just going to be stuck on the ship for a whole week if that's not your jam.
Number 10 is to still be very flexible. Things are changing all of the time. Government rules are changing, cruise rules are changing, so be up for change. Things like ports might change, itineraries might change, the cruises themselves might change or be delayed. Just be open to that and know that to avoid disappointment. It isn't happening as much now as things are becoming much more stabilised.
Even cruises into next year, we are seeing itineraries being changed, ships been moved around the world because all the ships are all in the wrong place at the moment.
Just today we had a cruise cancelled on the Wonder of the Seas. We were supposed to be doing the inaugural cruise in China and Japan. That's been cancelled now, so the ship's being moved to Fort Lauderdale, then to Europe for the summer, so we're going to need to rebook, and we knew that before we booked, so we held off buying flights until the last minute. So we didn't book any flights, thank God, so we're going to have to rebook that for Fort Lauderdale. So we're still really looking forward to it, but it's just a good example that you just need to still be flexible, as with any kind of travel at the moment. Yeah, lots of changes, but some things have changed for the better. We've mentioned it in videos before. Things like the muster drills are now so much easier and so much quicker. So some good things will come out of COVID. Cruise ships are going to be safer, cleaner and healthier than ever. Honestly, take it from us, 9 cruises, we haven't been sick once. We felt super safe. We felt more safe than we have on trains, in hotels, on buses, in our local supermarket. Cruises are the safest place to be, in our opinion.
And if you don't believe us, well, you can watch our videos. If you're new to the channel or if you haven't seen them yet, you can watch vlogs from all of the 9 cruises that we've done after COVID, and you can see for yourself what the experience is like on board the ship. So if you haven't done it yet, make sure you go back and watch our cruise vlogs. We've got lots of vlogs from all the different cruise lines, including Princess, Royal Caribbean, Viking, NCL and many, many more.
Thank you so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. Please do hit that subscribe button and hit the like button. It really helps us grow our channel and bring you more free content.
Big thank you as well to our patrons. Your support is amazing. It's because of your support we're able to continue doing this channel and making content for you for free. If you'd like to support us, click the link in the description section below, and from just $2.50 you can get benefits including our monthly Zoom chat and exclusive vlogs as well.
Yeah, we've put up a whole vlog series just for our patrons to thank them for their support. You enable us to go on cruises, work really hard and bring you as much content, quality content, honest and transparent content as we can. So thank you so much for that. That's it till next time.
Happy cruising!